Well, all right, everyone. It is 9 a.m. and it looks like we still have a few folks that are joining in for our meeting. So I'm just going to give a couple more minutes for folks to get on, and then we will go ahead and get started here. My name is Stacy. I'm over at FlexChecks, and I work in the training and implementation department. So good morning. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. The point of this morning's session is to talk about the CyberPay Phoenix system and how to pull some of the different reports and things that are posted for you in the system, in addition to how to run a custom report if you're interested in pulling some custom data from the CyberPay Phoenix system. So it looks like the majority of our attendees have come on. So I'm going to just give folks until 9:01, and then we'll go ahead and get going in the Phoenix system. Again, for those of you who have just joined us, because there are so many folks on this morning's session, we are going to keep everyone in listen only mode. So everyone is currently muted. Um, and at the end of the session, we will give an opportunity to do a question and answer via chat. Um, and of course, if you have any further questions after this morning's session, reach out to your CSR and we sure will be glad to help and make sure that you're getting the data that you need. So, okay, it is 9:01 and it does look like the majority of folks that we are expecting have logged on. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. First, I just want to do a quick refresher in how to log into Phoenix, just in case it's been a while since anyone's logged into the system. So the first thing that you would do is start at our website, which is www.flexchecks.com. And when you're on our website, you would hover over the employer login tab, and you would click on the CyberPay Phoenix link there at the very top under employer login to be able to then enter your username and password into the system. You know what, let me go ahead and just go through the actual login. So it's going to pull up the login page, and you would type in your login name and your password. If you have forgotten your password, you could put in your login name and then click the forgot your password link. Or you can enter in your username and password and go ahead and log into the system. So this is the CyberPay system, and I know most of you are quite familiar with the system, but for those of you who are not, to navigate in Phoenix, it's a series of tabs, and today we're really focused on the data that's located on the report tab. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the Reports tab. And when I click on the Reports tab, reports in the Reports tab are organized in 4 different sections. And right now, folks are really looking to pull data from 2 different areas of the report section, pardon me. So first, at the bottom of your reports, you can find your tax forms. So your tax forms live at the bottom of your reports tab. You can also use the little caret next to your reports tab to filter directly to your report, your tax form section. So there's a couple of different ways that you can get there. But once you're in the tax form section, there's a number of different ways that you can find your tax forms. So you can see that in my demo company, I haven't actually had tax forms posted in some time, but for most of you, the most recent data will always filter to the top. So you'll have your 2019 data right at the top of your tax form section in the reports tab. I love the filter option that's in the tax forms. So a feature throughout CyberPay are these filters. So when you look at the tax form section, you can see these little filter symbols next to the top of each column. And this right here, this tax forms filter can really be a great option if you're looking for a specific tax form. So I would click on the filter, and in the filter criteria, I'm going to recommend that you use the operator contains. So let's say my accountant said, Stacy, you got to pull all your 941s for the last 4 quarters. I can come in here, I can do a show me a value that contains. I can say 941. Click my filter option, and any 941s that are posted in my CyberPay Phoenix are going to filter up to the top. And I can then click directly on the link to open that tab in a separate window or download it, depending on my browser options. and I can then pull my 941 for that specific period. I can then download it, copy it, do what I need to do with that particular option. If I then want to clear my filters out, I just go back to that same filter option and I click clear, and it's going to remove that filter and again show me all of my available tax forms. I can also use that same option to filter for, say, my 1028s. If I'm looking for my Michigan unemployment forms, I can pull them that way. Or if I were looking for really any form, I can use the filter option to be able to pull that data. So the filter option works on all different objects in the CyberPay system. So this can be a great feature to take advantage of if you're looking to pull particular tax forms. Now, let me go ahead and I'm actually going to tab off and come back to my reports tab so that I've now got all 4 sections available to me again. And the second option or the second object that folks are often needing to pull from the CyberPay system are some of your provider uploaded reports that are found at the top of the section. So provider uploads are those reports that are posted after every payroll. And lots of folks right now are looking for their year-end data from their final payroll of 2019. So you can use the options, the filter options under provider uploads to easily be able to filter out for those types of reports as well. So I can either take advantage of using the drop down here and going to show me all provider uploads from last year. Now, in this case, because my data is older in my demo company, it's not showing me anything there. But for most of you, when you go to last year, it's going to pull up all your 2019 data, and then it's going to show that last payroll of 2019 right here at the top of your provider uploaded reports. Most of you will have an employee summary report posted with your final payroll of the year. And if you open up that employee summary on that final payroll of the year, it is going to provide you the per employee totals where it would say all check dates are between, 1/1/2019 and 12/31/2019. So this can be a great option if you're looking for your per employee breakdowns over that specific period of time. And again, the filter options work on the provider uploaded reports as well. So if I wanted to come in and say, show me an object that contains, or a report that contains the word summary, I could filter and easily pull up all of my different summary type reports. So again, utilizing those filters on both the provider uploaded reports and those tax forms can be a great way to pull your information and be able to get what you need. The third option in terms of reports in CyberPay Phoenix is building your own custom report. So I'd like to do a quick demonstration on that as well. Some folks love going in and building their loads. Are those reports that are posted? Folks find this a bit overwhelming and go, oh, I'd rather just reach out to my CSR and say, I really need a report run from this date to this date. So of course, we're always here to help. Let us know if there's anything that you need. But if you would prefer to come in and build your own custom report, you come to the Reports tab and you select the little drop down next to Reports and then go to the Custom Reports object. So if I click on the drop down, there is a custom object here. And when I go to custom, it's now going to begin working me through what's called the report builder. So you can see I have a report that I built back in 2019 that is still showing in my custom reports here. But if I wanted to start with a new report, I would click on the new blue button. New and blue, always a trend in CyberPay. So I click on that new report button and it's going to start walking me through building my reports. So in this case, I would be looking for a payroll report. I'm going to build a report that's going to pull payroll data over a customized period of time. So not, a month or a year that's just a canned report that may already be there, but maybe I need to run one over a customized period. So I'll select payroll. It's going to give me the option to drop down and select a company, but it's only going to give me the option of the companies that I have access to based on my login. So I select the company that I'm building the report for. I click next. It then brings me into the base fields, and then it's going to show that last data I want to have in the report. So if I click here, I can begin filtering out what basic information I want included in the report. So I probably want, say, employee name. I may want employee social security number, depending on what I'm going to end up doing with this report in the end. I may very well want gross pay. I may need check dates. I may want the total number of deductions or taxes. So let's just go ahead and build one out that has total deductions, benefits, employee tax, employer tax. Um, I'm going to select all my pay types so that I'm pulling in every type I possibly could. Probably don't need my unnamed, so let's go ahead and whack those. I'll select all my deductions. Again, probably don't need all of those. All my taxes, benefits. If I wanted to include any accruals, I could do that. All of this data is going to allow me to pull them on in. And then once I've selected my base fields, I can come over here and I can pick even more specific information. So, if I'm saying within those fields, I want to pull just active employees, or there's a specific item that I want to see, I can do that as well. So I can come in here and I can pull the different types of information. And I'm going to go ahead and just move to the next step just so that you can see what it looks like. It's going to ask me to do a name, and it's going to ask me to put it in a report group. I already have a group that's called STRAN Reports, but if I didn't, I could just type a group name right in there. I'm going to go ahead and save the report. And you can see the report actually began running. If I now click on it, you can see the report actually began running down below here, and I can then pick my date range up here at the top. So I've got all of my information in here. If I wanted to pick a predefined date range, like the prior year or prior month, something along those lines, I can use the predefined range, or I can come over here into the custom range and I can put in a very specific date. I can say I want to run the report from, let's say just 1/1/2015 through 6/1/2015, something like that, since I have really old data in the system here. And it's then going to pull the information for me. And because I picked so many attributes and things, there is a lot of data in this report, very likely more than I may need, but it's because I picked all of those different columns. And you can see the option in the custom reports here now allows me to customize or to download my results here into either an Excel format or into a PDF. So those can be awesome options if you are looking to, eventually end up with an Excel format. You can just drop it right into Excel and there's all your information. You can manipulate it, sort it out, filter, whatever. Your own custom report. So that's a little bit of information about how to build custom report. So I'd like to do a quick demo. We've reviewed how to do a quick, we've done a quick review of how to do a custom report. We've taken a look at the provider uploads. We've taken a look at the tax forms section of the reports tab. And those are the majority of the items that I wanted to go through today. So now that we've reached the end of the items I wanted to go through, please go ahead and use the chat panel in your GoToMeeting or the chat field in your GoToMeeting panel to let me know if you have any questions. I'll certainly be glad to address them. And again, you just need to expand that GoToMeeting control panel out, and there's a chat in there where you can type a message, custom report. You come to the report. All right. Okay, I don't have a question, but I have a comment of that the custom reports was very helpful. So I'm glad that that's the case. All right. Well, gosh, if no one's going to chat any questions, let me go ahead and unmute everyone. All right. I have now given everyone the ability to unmute yourself. So if you have a question that you'd like to ask out loud, go ahead and unmute yourself and ask away.
Hi, it's Ann.
Hi, Ann.
How are you?
I'm great. Thanks. How are you today?
Good, thank you. I went along with you as you were doing the custom reports,
Sure.
and it's not there. So it popped up, and I went to save as, and now I can't find it. So that's a step that I was hoping to follow along to be able to get comfortable with it, because I really like that tool.
Okay. Sure, sure. So, why don't you and I go ahead? Would you have a few minutes after the meeting where we could maybe
Absolutely.
hop on a Google Hangout and take a
Yeah,
look?
that'd be great.
Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and do that. I'll be glad to hop on, and then you and I can take a look very specifically and see what's going on your end. So, yeah, yeah, I love the custom reports feature. It just and the fact that it allows you to bring it into Excel, in a lovely clean format. So. All right. Well, Anne, I'll reach out to you and send you some GoToMeeting credential or some Google Hangout credentials, and we'll hop on here in just a minute and take a look. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. And did anyone else have any questions? Is there anything else that you'd like to discuss?
Stacy, I don't
Yeah.
know. Oh, this is Cindy.
Hi, Cindy.
Hi. Is there a basic checklist of which data I should be pulling for my employers?
Well, it depends. Frankly, it depends on what you're going to be doing with the data. Some folks have, depending on what type of loans they may be applying for, what type of credits you may be applying for, different. There's different requirements for different results. So, we've seen folks needing. Oh gosh, we've had lots of folks calling up and asking for a payroll summary report that averages the payroll totals over the last 12 months. In that case, what we're able to do is provide a payroll summary that is combined over the 12 months. Both software programs, both iSolved and CyberPay, are in the process of building out some customized reports that are really going to hit the nail on the head with what some of these loan requirements are and things. But in the meantime, I'm not aware of a basic checklist, but it's a really good question. And let me do a little digging and see what we could find. In
Thank you.
addition, FlexChecks is also in the process of doing some webinar recordings for some frequently asked questions about the different loan programs and about the expanded unemployment. And we're going to be sending out links. What we're going to do with those will be recorded webinars. So we'll be sending out links that you'll be able to listen to at your leisure and really be able to, you know, take advantage of some of those frequently asked question types of things. So, yeah. All right, wonderful. Well, it looks like those are the questions that have come in. So thank you all so much for your time this morning. I certainly appreciate you joining us. And Anne, I'll be reaching out here shortly to connect with you. And other than that, I hope that everyone stays safe and has a wonderful day.
You as well.
Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, bye now.